running into me is not the best way to get on the schedule. I'm just saying. But all jokes aside, today's video is us fixing the truck. We got into an accident almost 2 weeks ago now, and I fixed the axle already. I'll show you guys in a little bit what I did. It was simple, but today we're going to pull this bumper back out and pull these off and give it a little bit of paint. So let's get to it. We're gonna pull this bumper out with that winch right there. So let's see if this is gonna work. We're gonna try at least. So in order to use the winch, I'm gonna give it that Chevy hit. So we need to turn our winch on. We'll leave the hood up in case this flies up, but we got a good stinger here. Oh man, I helped move a neighbor's motorhome, and I might have knocked the paint off of the stinger. Yes, I pushed a motorhome with my stinger. It was a spare tire on it, so no big deal. But let's get this powered on. Let's winch out. Yes, I know this is probably not the best use, but that's all right. That's what I got. Let's try this. That thing's strong. That thing's not moving. No, there's no tension on it anymore. Let's put the emergency brake on. It's honestly probably because we're in the rocks also. Let's put our brakes on too. I use this as a hood prop, but I also use it for the brakes. So that's going to keep our brakes applied. If I need to, I'll get in and apply the brakes in the Suburban. Oh, it's moving a little bit. Oh, I need to put the brakes on the Suburban too, just so we're not hurting park. Well, we straightened it a little bit and we also pulled it off of here. Cool. That's what I was wanting. At least that pulled back a little bit. It's a little straighter. It's not the greatest. Not the greatest, I'll tell you that, but that's all right. Let's slit it up and out, so let's see. Pulled it off of there. It's a little straighter. It is what it is. It is a work truck. Actually, this is quite a bit more pulled out. So I'll have to drill this rivet out and put a new one in. And then I'm gonna do body work on that, just not today, not in this video. That's just paint. But mission accomplished, pulled that off of there. Alright, cool. We'll shut this off. You guys will see that in a little bit. And shut our hood. That's definitely a little better. It's not perfect, by all means. But to be honest, the insurance didn't pay me to make it perfect. So I had 3 body shops tell me they won't work on this truck because it's a utility bed. And they made me send in pictures. And they estimated that damage, this bumper, the damage underneath, the leaf spring and everything was a certain amount. And it's definitely not enough to get a new bumper, I'll tell you that. The bumper costs over half of what they gave me, so we're just gonna make do with what we got. Got my license plate too. I just want to wipe this down. I'll brake clean a little bit. No, I would never do this to a customer's vehicle. Yes, I'm just doing it because it's mine, but I don't want it to look terrible, so. Gonna clean this up. This is all oil and stuff from his car. So I'm just gonna paint the bottom part. I'm not gonna paint the upper part. I'm just gonna paint this so it'll look fine. Alright, we're gonna use a piece of cardboard and we're just gonna hold it down like this so we don't get everything else. And we're just gonna hit this lower portion. This truck is a 1992. I pulled it out of a field for 500 bucks. And I did all this myself. I did the bed. I didn't do the wrap, obviously. You guys seen the bed was all white. It used to be rusted. I painted it myself with spray cans. So that's what it's getting again. Some more spray cans. I'm just trying to make it look presentable from, 10 feet away. When you get up to it, you can start picking at stuff, but I don't care. I don't need no brand new truck with a brand new truck payment. I'd rather reinvest that into the company. Help more people out. If I had $1,000 truck payment every month, like some of these guys do. I don't know how they do it. They got to charge a ton to do that. Well, it doesn't look terrible. Unpresentable. We'll do another coat on the bottom. I'm not worried about the top. That's just dirty. If I wash it off right now, it'll be close and similar. All right, time for a second coat. Good as new, man. Just kidding. Obviously not good as new, but better than what it was. So let's do this side now. Yeah, you're still gonna see stuff like that, but that's all right. I'm not worried about it at all. Any of you guys watch Robbie Layton? I do. I think he'd approve of this. I think he'd definitely approve of this paint job. All right, that's it for that. I'm gonna pull those two brackets off for the lights. When they get here, I'll throw them on. It won't be, I don't think it'll be in this video. But now, oh, back to this. I've had this here for a little while, and I'd like to put it on here. I'd love to have a vise up here. I'll probably end up putting it here. As much as I would like to have it here, I think it would interfere with this tailgate opening. And it's just something else to run into or run, back into if I'm backing into somebody. So I'd rather keep it up here. I'm gonna block this, unfortunately, but it's all right. We still got it on that side. As long as my license number's not covered, we're good. I'd like to have maybe a plate and a piece of plate, and then, two gussets or something. Nothing too crazy, but we're going to cut some steel with a plasma cutter that was sent out to us by Arccaptain. I was looking up their reviews. They got pretty good reviews, and I've seen a bunch of other YouTubers reviewing this, so why not? See, I have a welder in the truck, but I don't have a plasma cutter in the truck. And I've been in some situations where I wish I had my plasma cutter. So we're gonna open this up. Then I'll go grab the steel and make some sawhorses out here or something. So we're gonna open this up. So this is their Cut 55 Pro. It's a Pilot Arc LED display. It's 120 volt and 240, so I can run it off this generator, or I can run it off my 240 that I ran in the house. And it says Bluetooth. I didn't know I had Bluetooth. We're gonna find out what it does Bluetooth. Ground clamp. This is the torch. This is the air hose. Yeah, see, they come with this adapter. Let's pull this thing out of here. Oh, this thing's so small. That thing's light as hell. So we got instructions here. Should probably read them. I really probably should read them. This thing's super, super light. Oh. In my rage of pulling things out, I didn't see that I threw this off to the side. What is this? Oh, no way. It's a cover for it. So I got this pulled out of there. I'm going to tape this one up and run it in there a little bit, because this doesn't work for our setup. Alright, so it was a 14mm. Alright, literally 5 phone calls later, we can come back to this. So I opened one of these at a customer's house. It's Barg's root beer, my favorite root beer. The guy yelled down, "That's not a Coors Light, is it?" I don't drink alcohol, but I do drink root beer. It was just funny. I get what he was thinking, but nope, I'm not that mobile mechanic. All right, so we removed this one. Just to recap, sorry, lost my train of thought with literally 5 phone calls, and I'm getting one now. Jesus. All right, give me another minute. Okay, literally just got off the phone again. Another estimate, more quotes. The calls just don't stop coming in, which is a good problem to have, except when you're trying to get stuff done. So I've been trying to do this for about 2.5 hours now, between the calls and trying to get things set up and all that. It's definitely taking longer than I want it to. Alright, got that swapped over. I'm gonna go turn on my air compressor, let it build up air, and then I'll get everything set up over here, and then we'll be back. Alright. It's 3:51, 10 minutes. I had 2 calls. I cannot wait until my next guy starts. Alright, so we're gonna finish putting this together. I got the air fitting in that we will use. I'm gonna take this off. That was easy. Super simple setup. So this is for our pilot arc. Let's get our ground cable plugged in. Locked into place. And I'm gonna run it on 220 since I have 220 there. But it does work on house. Like, you can literally use that at your house. Either or, it comes with an adapter. Not everybody has that. I never used to. I wired this in myself. Alright, so we're gonna use this plate. I know it's rusty, I'll clean it up. We're gonna use this plate against the bed. We're gonna use this for the vise to sit on. This is just scraps I have laying around. We're gonna build it out of scraps. And then we'll probably cut gussets out of this also. But first we need to see, it doesn't have to be very big at all. So we're gonna measure across here. You know what, 6 will probably work. Let's just not make it. not make it hard on ourselves. Let's just cut 6 by 6. I probably messed that one up just a little bit somehow. Our line there. Good. We'll cut that out. I shut the garage. That air compressor is going to kick on in just a little bit. So first thing, we need air. Air is set. So next is going to be our, just going to ground it there. Plug that in. Flip the switch. See what it does. All right. So we got our plasma set. So now you guys ready? Come on, I'm ready. Like butter. Like butter. Now we'll go on this side. God, that cut it like butter. I'm gonna take this off my head so you guys can see what I see. Perfect. That one's out. I'm going to try to freehand this one. Let's see how good I can do freehand. I already know I can cut straight lines with a guide. Let's see how terrible I am. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Cut out. Look at that cut. Nice and straight. I did that free-handed. I'm impressed with myself right now. I've never cut that straight. So I'm gonna get my sanding wheel or my flap disc and clean all these up real quick. What we're doing is just grinding these edges down, trying to make them flat, make them look presentable. See what I mean? Alright, finished up with that phone call. It's now 4:30. In 30 minutes, that phone gets put away. Alright, we're going to keep sanding this down. Alright, it's like 2 days later, but we're getting back on building this little mount that we're going to put here using the Arccaptain. So we are going to clean this metal up. We're getting the slag off of it, and I was cleaning it up last time, but we're going to finish cleaning it up. We're going to get some of this rust and stuff off of there. It's not going to be perfect. I am going to paint it with a spray can, so don't expect perfect, but it's going to look good enough to be on the truck. Now, I haven't had a phone call in like 4 hours, so I'm going to guarantee I'm going to get like 10 phone calls right now. It always works like that. Every time you're filming, you get a ton of calls. Let's finish cleaning this stuff up. This edge is already messed up, so whatever. Did I mention I'm not a professional at this? This is just me. This is my hobby. Let's just call it a hobby. A lot better than it was. And that's just scrap metal that I had here. So this is going to be the plate that goes there. Something like that. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go there. Now we're going to set all this up. Make sure none of this is hot. Actually, hot. So this goes up. Alright. Got that set. So we're just going to tack these in real quick. we got a few tacks on there. So now we can weld it out. Yeah, the holes aren't the straightest, but it did all right. So we're gonna weld this whole thing out right now. Just a second. All right. There's one. Hopefully you guys can see. Yeah, that's where I got burned over here on the leg. Not terrible. It'll last. That's this one. Not terrible, not great. Could be better, could be worse. Take what I can get at this point. All right, I spray painted the mount, and while that is drying, look at this. Look at what it did. It ripped the welds off of these. I want to cut these off just to get them out of the way, because I don't trust these anymore, and I don't think I'll ever use these anymore. If anything, I'll weld something different on here for the chains. But let's get the plasma cutter, the Arccaptain, and let's plasma these off real quick. Stop. Look at that thing, it just melts it. That is awesome. That is so cool. Let's see, can I show you guys what this does? Electricity and air cutting through the metal. So that's how that looks. That's pretty cool. I got my drill bits out. We have our mount. Want it as low as possible. Alright, we got our holes drilled. So now we just need some bolts. I do want to put some strong bolts on there, so I'll probably run to the hardware store. Oh really? I did that with that? Holy crap. That was funny. I just shot a whole scene and the camera wasn't on. So we'll redo it. Alright, we need to get bolts for that to mount here, bolts and nuts. I want to put grade 8s. I know it's overkill, but I like overkill. So I really don't like to take the truck anywhere where I can't see it. So maybe we take that. All in favor? Raise your hand. So we're gonna take that. I'll put you on the chest mount and you'll kind of get a little bit of point of view. Alright, we're here, hardware store, Val Vista. After you, good sir. Alright, here's their nut and bolt section. Take a bag, it's on the honor system. Let's see the price difference. 16. Oh. We get 3 of these 3/8 by 16. They're 69 cents each. Let's find the nuts. $0.50 each. Have 3 of them. Six of these. Those are at 50 cents. Oh, I was supposed to get the ones for that also. Crap. The vise. You guys almost let me forget. That's just to mount the thing. I think the ones for the vise were gonna go 5/16. Alright. Probably looks awfully strange that I'm talking to myself. It's alright. It's for you guys.
And everything okay?
Yep, as always.
Is there a particular one you wanted in?
Oh, whichever one. Thank you, Alan. Alright. It is $10.93.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, that's a nice wrap. Is that all home pest? Nice. That's a really nice wrap on a nice truck. Alright. I'm going to toss this $10 in hardware. So I'm gonna twist this up, toss that in there, keep the receipt. Alright, let's go home. Oh, you're so lucky. Come over here again. Wasn't on again. Alright, we just picked up our nuts and bolts and we got a straggler. Izzy's with us. I picked her up on the bike at school. But I came all the way back for my sunglasses, and for some reason I didn't even grab my sunglasses. I grabbed my truck keys. I don't know. I'm a little lost today. It's probably the heat. It's like 98 degrees or something like that. But all right, let's get this installed. All right, so let's go ahead and get these out, make sure they fit. I'm not gonna drill them. Nope, that fits. But I think I'm gonna do the top one first. All right, so let's see if I can. All right, that's tight. All right, last bolt. Slides right in. Cool. Now we have a vise. I don't need a major vise. Yeah, this is it, just built out of scrap metal, literally. Just built out of scrap metal. Alright, so we got our bumper pulled back out, pulled off the cab. We got those tow chain hooks. We got those knocked off with the Arccaptain. We got this mount made with scrap metal, and we cut it with the Arccaptain, cut like butter. So a few things about this. It also has a 110 plug. You can run it in at your house. You don't need to have a big 30 amp plug or anything like that to cut any metal with. So on 110, the regular house, it says it can cut up to 1/2 inch, and on the 240, 220, 240, it says it can cut up to 3/4. So real quick, I'm going to interrupt this outro and I'm going to run over to my buddy's house who does mobile welding, and I think he's got a piece of 3/4. So we're going to go try this out real quick over there on 3/4. I'll insert it here, and then we'll go back to the outro. All right, so we got the Arccaptain. We have 3/4 plate, so let's try to cut it. I already cut it, but I didn't film it. All right, that's 3/4. 1 tap of channel locks. That time came out really freaking nice. All right, nice clean cut. Knock the slag off. Don't mind that. That's where I started. Yeah, not bad for a mechanic. All right, bonus time. What thickness is this?
It's 1/4.
So 1/4 inch plate. Is it round on this?
That was actually cutting.
I told you that's what it does.
That's a trip, dude.
All right, ground clamp is now on. I told you it would cut. Mike does mobile welding and cutting and stuff like this. So he's at home with this thing. We're actually in his shop right now. I looked directly into that one. So that's 1/4 inch.
Close to 1/4, pretty good.
So this is your other one right here, right? The Miller. The old dinosaur. Heavy brick.
It's a good plasma, it's just the consumables are ridiculous on price.
I'm gonna look and see how much consumables are for this one. Alright, let's cut it. Did its job.
Yeah. It's an impressive little machine.
Mm-hmm. You don't have one on the truck?
No.
No. You can have this one.
This
I don't
one?
need it. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
have it. Yeah.
Kind of entire old dinosaur movie.
Yeah. I think you'll get a lot better use of this than me. Alright, let's see if I can get that to show. I don't know if you guys can see that discoloration where that dowel pin is. For some reason, it was up on top of that. I don't know how it got up there. I don't know why, but I'll insert a picture right here. But this was slid forward, or the axle was slid back, honestly, is what happened. So I slid it back into place, torqued everything down, and it's been holding for a week now. So I'll insert a picture of what it looked like before, but I was trying to get it done at night and there was no time to film. So alright guys, big shout out to Arccaptain for that plasma cutter. We truly appreciate that. We ended up giving it to Mike over at Duke's Mobile Welding. He definitely could use it, and it's portable and small enough to fit on his service truck. That's the problem with his other one, is his other one is bulky, heavy. So this one will work out just perfect for him. So if you guys are interested in a plasma cutter, welders and different things like that, check out Arccaptain. Their normal price on that is like $369. Right now, I looked, it's $289. They're doing a sale. I think by the time you guys see this, it'll be like 1 week left. Definitely worth the money. I have one that I bought on Amazon and I paid, I think, $289, and that thing is a pile of junk compared to this thing. The one that I have won't cut 3/4. The one that I have hardly likes to cut half-inch plate, and that was impressive that thing cut 3/4 inch plate, or flat bar, or whatever you call it. I'm not a metal guy, but as you've seen, Mike was even impressed with it, so he'll get a lot more use out of it than I will. He'll give us an honest review of it also. If he doesn't like something about it, I'll definitely hear about it, and so will you. But he's been using it. It's been awesome product so far, and I can't wait to see what he builds with this. He's got a whole bunch of stuff that he builds, but we're gonna build a rear bumper for that Suburban, and I'm gonna try to convince him to let me film it, and you guys will see that plasma in there again. But all right, we're gonna end this video right here. But again, remember, we have shirts, hats, stickers on the website, and thank you Arccaptain for sending that out. And if you guys think Mike should start a mobile welding channel, comment below. Let me know if you think you'd be interested in seeing what he does as a mobile welder and what he does. He does a lot of production stuff. He's got a few clients that he builds things for, and I think you guys would be interested in seeing something like that, because I went over there and sat there and watched him, and it's a cool process. So comment below, let me know if you think Mike should start one. I keep telling him, but he's not convinced yet, so help me convince him. All right guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.